Okay, so usually when it's the dead of night and I'm just trying to chop it up with my friends, we'll end up hopping in some like random zombies map, get max round 20, but have a beautiful time while we're playing. And I've always overlooked Revelations. I'm not sure why, because this map actually does have a lot to offer. First of all, the reason the video is called A Love Letter to Zombies is because I feel it's almost like a sandbox map of just what could be. They've integrated Der Eisendrache, Noctur on Toten, Kino. There's just so much going on here. Like, usually a map has an identity as to how it plays, like whether it be a World War II setting, a museum, a mansion, a maze. But this one is really just a blueprint of zombies and how far it's come. I didn't realize in the background is the Keeper's house. Fun fact, the actor who plays him is Stallone's dad from Entourage. If you know, you know. But this map, I did not find it as challenging as I thought it would be. I thought there were a lot of barriers to entry in terms of how to play it. I'm not sure still if you can get the bows in this map because, like I said, Der Eisendrache is in this as well as the pyramids. And I remember when the map first came out, there was a lot of speculation as to how many hats you can get. That part I am completely unaware of, have no idea how to do any of that. I know they unlocked things like Super Jug and like Super Stamina, and it was really cool because you could see them in map like it would be on the stage in Kino. But like I said, no fucking idea how to do that. I probably will never end up doing that, but it's cool that I have the opportunity to, or at least to think about it. Now, I did not know how to get Pack-a-Punch in this, and I'm facepalming looking back at this because there are multiple times where I had an opportunity to take a step towards Pack, but I did not do it. Specifically that laser turret part, I thought it was just to buy the laser turret, like to be able to like use it as a trap or a gun. I did not realize it spawns in elemental zombies. Like there's these new ones, these like crawling demon dragon guys. And then of course there's the witches, which I can't fucking stand. I hate those guys. I think they're bullet sponges. So I got pretty lucky when I got the wall power off rip, especially with the PPSH. Let's take a minute also to recognize the beauty of the Pack-a-Punch camos in this map. They absolutely cooked. I think they even added it to multiplayer just because of how beautiful it was. BO3 by far had the best camos. Don't get nostalgia blinded by the golden, I don't even know, Desert Eagle for Modern Warfare or Call of Duty. That shit was just not as good. Also, notice a slight flex here. I am rocking the RK5 off spawn. So one might think, you've done all the Easter eggs? No. In fact, I just rode the coattails of my friends who spent many various hours in the games failing, specifically the Grod Krov Easter egg, and then just decided to tag along for the Revelations Easter egg. But I was crucial into finding one of the balls during one of the steps that you needed, and that shit was hidden in a fuck-ass spot, but I was the one who found it. And I also never let them live that down, the fact that they would never start with the RK5 if it weren't for me making that beautiful discovery. So anytime I start in with the RK5, people are like, wait a minute, your game's glitched, buddy. You don't have the right pistol. And I'm like, oh, don't worry. I got the right pistol, right? Question is, you got the right pistol or not? Absolutely not, of course. Now, some things required power in this map, and I was a little confused because I don't think there's a power switch on this map, or at least one that I could find. I was able to buy all the perks without having to turn anything on. Like, as you saw in the beginning, Quick Revive. I halfway realized where Juggernaut was, which was super clutch because I fucking desperately needed it. I also didn't realize that when you down with Quick Revive in this game, you get the Death and Taxes RK5 Pack-a-Punch gun. I thought that was only a Black Ops 2 thing, so it was pretty nice that they threw it out for free for the boy. Right here, like I said, a perfect opportunity. Start the fucking Pack-a-Punch. But no. I would kind of like to do the Easter egg for this map. This was, I want to say, the hardest Easter egg if it weren't for Grod Krovi. All the other ones were pretty fair. I mean, even Shadows of Evil, you can get that done in like round 20. But this one was definitely a total crapshoot. The only issue being that when this Easter egg was first solved and people were getting to the boss fights, their game would crash. There is that famous Noah J45 compilation of just all his boss fights and Easter eggs crashing. I think it happened 3 times during this map. And Jesus Christ, I would rather die last second, like 1 second before I beat it, than have my game crash. Because at least I had a fair chance. When your game crashes, it's like, oh my fuck. What could have been, but absolutely amounted to nothing. So the teleport system, or the bounce pad system, I do like this. Seems like an easy way to escape zombies and also a much easier way to get through the map. There are also giant glowing beams that are highlighted throughout, so it's very easy to find your way out of certain places when you get kind of trapped or stuck, which I did find myself at times getting stuck, looking for the last zombie, kind of running around in circles, pacing myself, trying to remember if I missed anything, which I don't think I did, but still I was definitely confused. I was specifically trying to figure out how to get to the mob section of the map, because I know that's one of the better spots for training. I was trying to get high rounds here, and obviously I'm not fucking helping myself, because still, motherfucker, start the fucking Pack-a-Punch step. God damn. It doesn't matter now, though. He's doomed, just so you know. He's not getting it past round 15, I don't think. Right here, I get fucking down 2. Look at this shit. They came out of fucking nowhere, man. They fucking jumped my ass. And I'm like, fuck me. Now I gotta go back and get quick revive. But it does give me a nice chance to explore the second half of the map. Now, one thing I generally didn't like is after you activate all the weapons and spawn in all the elemental zombies for the Pack-a-Punch, that you then have sort of a timed event and that you need to set off an electrocution trap to trap the giant squid that's going throughout this map, the one that had eaten Pack-a-Punch, which I must say is very cool, by the way. So I'm kind of in a pinch, in a hurry, because up there, at least for me, I'm not good at training that spot. It's very claustrophobic. So when I'm sitting there trying to find the perfect opportunity to shock him, I'm like, fuck, man, I'm kind of just, like, left for dead. I did, like, off-rip immediately choose to use the trap, and I thought it was one of those things where it's like, okay, you just wait for him to pull up, and then once you activate the trap, it works. But no, it didn't work. It looked like I had missed him. And I was like, what the fuck? This shit just isn't automatically free? Right there, turn on power first. I was very confused by that. Do I just have to do the Pack-a-Punch step and it unlocks power? Or is there like a genuine power? And right there, those standouts I was talking about, that's where you would originally find the helmets and hats that you could upgrade. That generally was pretty fucking cool. I don't know the high rounds people got in this map, because I'm not going to lie, it is a little messy. Like I said, it's a sandbox. And messy doesn't even necessarily have to be negative here. Maybe unorganized is a better word. It does just seem like they combined everything together and then used that whole jump pad system as a kind of reset where like everything's a new idea. But still, it could have been done a little more cohesively to where it doesn't feel like you can only use certain parts of the map, or certain parts of the map are only defined by the previous maps and that they have added into the aspect of this game. Also, what the fuck are these guys? Are these the like flying bugs from Shadows? I'm not sure, but I'm drilling them, which is nice. Also, the fact that I made it past round 6 without Jug is an achievement of its own. Like, we should take a moment to acknowledge that and realize that I am quite possibly the GOAT. Right there, I see bro moving around, and I'm like, man, like, I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to capture you. And if I remember correctly, don't you go in his stomach to Pack-a-Punch? That was fucking awesome. We need to see more of that. Bring back fun in zombies. The new zombies takes itself way too seriously. Oh, it's a rundown city. Oh, we need to evac. Like, why are we militarizing zombies? Like, it's always been a goofy magic sort of concept. So why now are we trying to take ourselves seriously like it's all of a sudden a giant propaganda mission to, like, fuel nationalism and that, oh, yeah, we beat the zombies. We win. Like, we got to get to the helicopter. Like, that's stupid. I also realize I'm ranting and not giving a cohesive argument. But in my defense, I'm recording this video at 12 in the morning, so I'm a little delirious right now. Can't go to bed. I did not realize Origins was also in this map. I don't know if they thought about this to when they released Chronicles. I guess we should have expected to see Chronicles coming, because it's like, wow, they really fleshed out these old maps and like gave them a whole new life. Only if they definitely cashed in on that opportunity, and I'm never going to shit on Chronicles. That's what makes Black Ops 3 by far the best game. Which isn't fair to other Zombies maps, because of course they didn't have the privilege of a fucking 8-map DLC, let alone just how stunning it looks. So it's kind of like tough shit, you know. I do love Black Ops 2 as much as the next guy. I think Farm is by far one of the most slept on maps. But Black Ops 3 takes the cake here, 100%. One thing I do have to acknowledge, though, is training spots. I'm not sure where to train. Usually with every map, you can think of a room where it's like, oh yeah, I can hold that down for at least, 10 rounds. Here, I'm a little more confused as to where I should be. Like, what are the death zones on this map? Like, where should I avoid? And where should I kind of stick around to? Because you have to assume that these old maps don't play like they would have before. Like, this is, of course, the mob cafeteria. And that's an overpowered spot to train in Black Ops 2. But with that jump pad there, you got to think it's not the same. It has to play harder, right? I don't know. This is Verrückt, right? This map we're in, this is Verrückt. I'm pretty sure. I also accidentally find a shield part here. I kind of forgot this map had a shield, which I believe you can upgrade to. Seems like there's a lot too much going on for me able to find all the parts. And I'm not sure if it's RNG as to whether or not they spawn in random locations. I'd really fucking hope it's not, because I will be adding this to the rotation of games I play with my friends when it is time to get the yapping around 1 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, this is one of those maps I can generally build on and probably get past round 25, whereas something like Giant, it's kind of just like, realistically after round 15, you're already set up and you're halfway bored and already to like just shut it off, because it's like, like I don't really want to play this. God, look at this Galaxy camo for the Pack-a-Punch. They did bring this to multiplayer, which was so nice. Kind of ruined the whole DLC camo idea. Although I never liked having camos as a DLC. I thought that was fucking stupid. Especially nowadays, the AI bullshit that Call of Duty can pull off for skins and camos. It would just be ridiculous. By the way, peep that news. They just admitted to using AI, which is like, fuck me. Thank God the game's free. You guys aren't even doing your own work. What the fuck should I be paying this for? Also, stop buying the Battle Pass for fucking Call of Duty, man. Oh, fucking Eureka, motherfucker. You realize that for 500, you unlock a corruption. It doesn't just start the fucking gun, dummy. But it's round 7. Writing's on the wall. I'm not making it any further than I will in this video. So now my whole job is like, all right, I got to go back and do all these corruptions, right? Which they do give you money at the end, which I was very happy to find out. Because they got to give me a little more incentive than just 3 more steps until I unlock Pack-a-Punch. Because after spending minimum 2,000 fucking coins or money, whatever the fuck the currency is called in this game, points, I'm not gonna be able to afford Pack-a-Punch, motherfucker. Like, what are we doing? So that is nice. Definitely didn't have to add that, but they did, which is cool. I was also a little confused as to what other Easter eggs are on this map. I think some ciphers came out of this map, ones that took, I believe, like 2 weeks, which is pretty cool, because usually those fuckers are cracked like the day they're found. So it's nice that there's probably just a bunch of groups of people just brainstorming what the fuck it could possibly mean. I always wished I was that smart and intuitive to be able to figure out those things, but I would never understand it. I want to see if it spawns at... Okay, that zombie right there. What the fuck is that? Is that original to this map, or is that from something and I'm just forgetting it? I don't know, but they're really fucking scary and generally pretty cool. I wish we got to see more of them, but I guess they're only unique to this map. Prove me wrong in the comments, though. Maybe I'm just completely forgetting something. Now, backtracking in this map is also pretty easy. I mean, they took the arguably best aspects out of every map. Besides the trenches here in Origins, that's the part where the robot would put its foot, and I believe where speed was, maybe sometimes a shield part. And I did not like that part, solely for the fact that the mud slowed you down. I didn't bother to check to see if there was mud in that part of the map and if it still slowed you down. But if it did, that'd be a huge turn-off for me, and I probably would not go in that area. I believe this is the 3rd or 4th corruption I've done, so now I'm pretty interested to see like how I pack. There's also a basement floor to like the pack area, which is a bunch of chests of quests, some of which are available to see what they need to have done. Others aren't. Like, one of them was kill a mech, which, by the way, does a fucking, like, Panzerfaust, or whatever the Panzer's called, do they spawn in this map? Because I'm assuming that's what they mean by mech. So it's killing a mech without taking damage. And then it's like, okay, if I do that, what do I unlock? Is that the part for the hats, or is that just for more points? I'm not sure, but the completionist in me definitely wants to get that figured out. Obviously, that was only the 3rd corruption I did, because there'd be no reason why I'm blitzing so hard to get back to Der Eisendrache. But this is a love letter to the fans. They were like, we're going to take all our best maps with all of its best aspects and add it. We're also going to put a beautiful bow tie at the end of a story that was pretty fucking cool. I am a little sad they killed off the Shadows crew so easily, because I remember the character trailers where they put so much work into them. Like, we generally got a backstory and a personality to each of the characters, and then the minute you complete the Shadows Easter egg, fucking Richtofen just slimes you and says, thank you very much, come again, did all the work for me. Seems a little fucked up in that aspect, but hey, I'm not here to politic. So now that I have everything done, I'm hype. I'm like, okay, pack is like finally ready. Like, maybe I can get past round fucking 20. And right there, I set off the trap. Or at least I thought I did, and it didn't do fucking shit. So I'm sitting there all confused, like, what the fuck, man? Like, what am I supposed to do now? What do you mean the door is opened elsewhere? How the fuck did you open that door? And also, what the fuck is all this? I was genuinely just confused. And you're putting me in a really difficult spot here. Because do I sit there and wait for him to come back? Like, does he tour the whole map? I don't know how long it takes. I'm sure someone's mapped out the time. But not me.